Okay, Assalamualaikum to Madam K. I'm Faiza binti Ahmad, and today my group will present on the topic teacher misconduct on social media violating student privacy. So our group consists of me, myself, Faiza, and the other two, which are one Fazlini and Anku Aidil Safizi. So I will start off the presentation for today with the importance of teacher ethics and human rights. Okay, so why do teacher ethics and human rights important? Because they are the foundation of quality education. Okay, so as we know, ethical conduct and respect for human rights are very essential for building a safe and effective learning environment in Malaysia. So, human rights, which are enshrined in our national laws, ensure that every student, regardless of background, is treated with dignity and fairness. So, uh, without these pillars, the educational process can be compromised, leading to mistrust, inequality in the quality of education. Okay, so these are the reason why teacher ethics and human rights are important because they are the foundation of quality education. Okay, so we also have the noble role of teachers and the necessity to uphold ethical standards. As we know, the profession of teacher is very noble. Okay, so um, as a teacher, our role is as the role model for the students and for the society. Okay, so teachers in Malaysia play a vital role, a pivotal role in shaping the future of our country. So teachers are not only responsible in imparting knowledge and skills, but also responsible in instilling values such as integrity, respect, empathy, and many more positive attributes. Okay, so it is important that teachers adhere and reflect the ethical principle. Okay, so as teachers, we need to become positive role models, foster a culture of goodness, and to become responsible citizenship. Okay, and then in this digital age challenge, okay, the rise of technology and social media demands heightened awareness of ethical responsibilities to protect students and to maintain professional boundaries. So issues such as cyberbullying, online harassment, and the violation of student privacy have been increasing. So it is paramount, or it is fundamental that we keep the lines between personal and professional lives. Okay, make sure that they are not blurred. Okay, especially online, where teachers need to exercise sound judgment and adhere to ethical guidelines. So, my fellow presenters will continue the discussion for today. So, thank you for listening, Madam. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, thank you, Faiza, for the brief explanation on her part. So, moving on to my part, which is the background issues. Okay, so there are too many issues regarding teachers who are not complying with ethics and laws. So, especially, including violating human rights in the field of education. Okay, so the first one is the rise of social media usage among teachers and students. So, social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook have become integral to daily life, especially since the MCO, which is the Movement Control Order in 2020. Okay, that accelerated digital adoption in education. So, when the teacher wants to deliver the knowledge, it is just a click away. Okay, whenever at that time we didn't have face to face class, but by using the technology, okay, we can create a classroom group online, and then by using the Zoom or Google Meet or um, whatever other platform, okay, it's just a click away, and then we can have the teaching and learning session, which is we call at that time PDPR. Okay, so teachers and students increasingly use these platforms for communication, sharing educational content, and personal expression. Okay, so by using the social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, they are engaging, they are interesting, uh, for especially for the students when they feel interested to show their talent in 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 learning. Okay, however, it is maybe become beyond the limits. Okay, so this rise has also blurred the boundaries between the professional and personal interactions online. Okay, so the second one is blurred lines between professional and professional lives online. Okay, teachers often share aspects of their professional lives on personal social media accounts. So it is by juggling between two accounts, or maybe the mix together of professional lives and the personal media accounts, such as classroom activities or student achievements. So as a teacher, we are we are as a human being, we often like to share, okay, our student activities in class or student achievements, okay, without knowing, um, innocently, without knowing that it is actually violating the human rights. Okay, so while this can foster engagement, it risks crossing ethical boundaries, okay, especially when student privacy is compromised. For instance, a teacher might post a video of students without parental consent, okay, which exposing them to online risks. Okay, some of the parents, okay, may not want to expose uh, their kids to the world. Okay, so they don't want other people to see their kids. They want their private life to keep hidden. Okay, so if a teacher posted, okay, the student privacy, um, it is actually not, is it actually not um, unethical and violating human rights, because it is without consent for consent of the students and also their parents. Okay, so moving on to the next slide. Okay, next slide. Okay, next slide is the teachers sharing inappropriate content or violating student privacy. Okay, there have been cases in Malaysia where teachers use students as content for their own personal social media, such as recording classroom activities or even through students' belongings for TikTok videos. Okay, as a human being, sometimes we have crossed some limits. Okay, maybe we think that that is fun to share with others. Maybe we want to make an example, okay, but by using our um, students face, okay, um, as a content for our social media platform, it is violating human rights, and it's not right at all. It is unethical. Okay, these actions not only breach ethical standards but also violate students' rights to privacy. For example, a teacher in a private school before has faced public backlash and issued an apology after uploading such content. Okay, so it is actually uh, an important note for the teacher, okay, to watch, to mind our action, okay, especially by using the social media platform like this. Okay, number four is the relevance of the Malaysian Teachers Code of Ethics and other legislations. Okay, so the Malaysian Teachers Code of Ethics emphasizes the importance of maintaining student confidentiality and upholding professional integrity. So, additionally, the Code of Conduct and Discipline for Civil Servants and the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission (MACC) Act 2009 provide legal frameworks to address misconduct. Okay, to address any misconduct, including abuse of power or corruption. Okay, so with this code of ethics, so the we as a teacher have to mind our action. Okay, especially by using this technology uh, in class. Okay, especially by using this social media platforms. Okay. Okay, next slide. Move to the next slide. Okay, my next slide is about issue factors. Okay, the first one is lack of awareness about ethical guidelines and legal implications. Okay, so many teachers are unaware of the ethical and legal boundaries regarding social media use. Okay, so this lack of awareness can lead to unintentional violations, such as sharing student photos without consent. Okay, so as I said before, maybe we think that it is okay to post our students as uh, content on our social media platform, but actually it is unethical, even though it is unintention, okay, for the teachers. Okay, however, it is still violating human rights because it is without consent. Okay, for the students and also their parents. Second one is insufficient training on digital citizenship and online conduct. Okay, so digital literacy training for teachers often focuses on technical skills rather than ethical considerations. So without proper guidance, teachers may not fully understand the implication of their online actions. Okay, so number three is about peer pressure and normalization of sharing student related content. Okay, so a culture of sharing and going viral. Okay, or maybe in our recent of today is trending. Okay, it can pressure teachers to post content involving students, sometimes without considering the ethical ramification. For example, the recent trend is about Raya trend. Okay, so I can see that many of us as teachers, some of us as teachers, use students as our content of Raya trending. Okay, so maybe it is just beyond cross the limits. Okay, okay, so why? Because as a teacher to post content involving students, sometimes without considering the ethical ramification, it it can be normalized. Okay, this normalization can dis desensitize educators to the potential harm caused by other caused by such actions. Okay, so maybe when we post out the video using um, our students' face, okay, without consent from their parents, actually maybe it can harm. It can be a potential harm for the students uh, when the criminal maybe the we have the criminal um, knowing, okay, the children, so it can be harm caused by such actions. Okay, number four is, okay, we move to the next slide. Number four, okay, is the ease of access and instant sharing capabilities on of social media platforms. Okay, so this convenience of smartphones and social media apps, which are the gadgets, makes it easy to capture and share content instantly. Okay, by the usage of technology, okay, we can snap photo and we can easily post out to our platforms. Okay, so this ease of access can lead to impulsive decisions such as posting sensitive student related content without proper reflection. Okay, so number five is the relevance of the Code of Conduct and Discipline for Civil Servants and the MACC Act 2009. Okay, so the Code of Conduct and Discipline for Civil Servants outlines the the responsibilities of public servants, including teachers, to act with integrity and professionalism. Okay, so the MACC Act 2009 addresses corruption and abuse of power. This could apply if a teacher used their position for personal gain, such as monetizing student related content. Okay, so that's all from my part. Okay, I give the presentation to my next fellow, who is Safizi, to carry on the presentation. So thank you to Madam K for for listening, and also for my fellow friends. Okay. Okay. So thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna continue the presentation. But first of all, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Madam K. So I am Unku Alisa PZ and I'm gonna continue the presentation with the implications. Okay, right. So, um, teacher misconduct on social media is such as sharing inappropriate or unauthorized information about students, okay, can lead to, right, the first point, a breach of students' privacy and confidentiality. This occurs when a teacher posts or discuss sensitive student details, okay, for example, their academic performance, their behavioral issues, as well as personal information. Okay, and these are done on public platform where everyone can see, everyone can access. So these actions, okay, can violate professional ethics, okay, school policy as well, okay, and even legal protection like privacy laws. The implication include damaging the trust between teachers, students, and parents, okay, as well as risking the of emotional well-being of the students. This can also potentially lead to legal or disciplinary consequences, okay, for the teachers. All right. So the second point, Okay, the negative impact on school reputation. So the first one is the loss of trust. Okay, where the parents, students, as well as the community, okay, may lose trust in schools' ability to uphold professional and ethical standards, okay, affecting its credibility. S- Um, this can also lead to decline in enrollment as well. Okay, so a tarnished reputation may deter parents, okay, from enrolling their children into the school, okay, leading to a drop in numbers of students, which is kind of important. And also it can give impact, okay, to the staff morale. So controversies can create toxic work environment, okay, affecting the staff's moral as well as their productivity, which can further reflect poorly, okay, on the institution. And as well as for the long-term consequences, where if the negative impact persists, it can make it difficult, okay, for the school to attract skilled educators, okay, in maintaining community partnership as well as to recover its standing. So we can see this has what we call as a bigger picture on the impact, okay, from these issues. Right, so the next point is the potential legal consequences. Okay, all right, so inappropriate conduct, where teachers engaging in appropriate relationship or behavior with student or colleagues, okay, may result in charge of arrest, okay, abuse or misconduct. So this action could lead to criminal charges as well as a damaged professional record. Okay, and the second point, defamation and libel. Okay, making false or harmful statement about students, okay, colleagues or an institution, whether verbally or on social media, okay, can result in defamation lawsuits. Okay. All right, so the effect can also be seen in fines, okay, whether in monetary penalties, okay, or which imposed by the courts or regulatory bodies, okay, and the worst case, okay, determination as well, okay, so dismissal from their job and prohibition from future teaching positions. Right, moving on to this next slide. Okay, so damage to students, teacher-student trust and professional relationship. Okay, so the breakdown of trust, where the trust is the foundation of a positive teacher-student relationship. Okay, so when a misconduct or inappropriate behavior occurs, okay, um, students may feel betrayed, okay, and lost confidence in their teaching ability, in their teachers' teaching ability to act, okay, in their best interest, okay, and this can also lead to negative impacts on learning. Okay, when trust is eroded, okay, students may feel uncomfortable or disengaged in the classroom, okay, affecting their willingness to participate, to ask questions, as well as to seek help, okay, from the teachers. This can directly impact, okay, their academic performance and motivation. Okay, as for the emotional and psychological effects, students may experience the feeling of humiliation, okay, anxiety due to the damaged uh, relationship with a teacher, okay, particularly if the misconduct involve public embarrassment or discrimination. Okay, all right. So the next point, emotional and psychological effects. Okay, low self-esteem, where emotional harm can erode a student's confidence, okay, making them doubt their abilities and self-worth. Okay, and this can also lead to anxiety and depression as well. Okay, so the persistent psychological harm may lead to chronic anxiety, okay, depression, as well as the other mental health issues. Uh, all right, so the academic performance, okay, this is very obvious. Okay, emotional distress can interfere with concentration, okay, their motivation and learning, which can result, okay, in declining academic performance. And as for the social withdrawal, students who experience emotional harm may withdraw from their social interactions, okay, where they feel unable to connect with their peers or the teachers. All right, so the next point, violation of Children Acts. Okay, so in Malaysia, children's rights are outlined in the Child Act 2001. Okay, and this align with the international framework as well. Okay, like the UNCRC, okay, the United Nations Convention of the Right of the Children. Oh, so long name. So violation within the educational setting, okay, may include, okay, the breach of privacy, where sharing a child personal or sensitive information without consent, okay, such as academic record or photograph, okay, may infringe their right to privacy and protection. Okay, and exposure to harm as well. So action like physical punishment, okay, verbal abuse or neglect create a hostile environment, okay, violating the child's right to protection from harm and abuse. Right, so moving on to the next slide. Right, so let's have a look at the proposed, okay, workaround for these specific issues. Right, so the first one, okay, what can be done? Okay, clear social media guidelines, okay, for teachers. So these are very essential, okay, to maintain professionalism in protecting student privacy as well as in ensuring the ethical behavior online. Okay. All right, so the first one, protect student privacy. So teacher must avoid, okay, sharing any sensitive or personal information about students, such as names, photos, academic records, or behavior issues on social media platform where everyone can see. Okay, this is very accessible. So consent from parents or guardians should be obtained before posting any class-related activities involving student. Okay, especially when it involves the photograph of the face. Right. Okay. So maintaining professional conduct. Okay, teachers should refrain from engaging in inappropriate, disrespectful, or controversial discussion online. Okay, as this can affect their credibility as well as the school's reputation. So a teacher should avoid posting consent and content that might be deemed offensive, discriminatory, or harmful. Okay, so teachers should separate personal and professional accounts. Okay, teachers are encouraged to keep separate account for personal use and professional activities. Okay, personal account should only be used for content related to teaching and school related initiative. Okay, and also we can use secure communication channel. Okay, so communication with students, okay, parents or colleagues, okay, must be conducted via official and approved channel rather than personal social media accounts. Okay, so this can ensure proper privacy setting to restrict access to posts and maintain security. All right, so the next point, regular training on digital ethics and online safety. So this is very crucial for teachers, okay, and students as well as the educational staff, okay, in navigating in the digital world responsibly and securely. Okay, so the importance of digital ethics. Okay, responsible use of technology. So training ensures individuals understand how to use digital tools ethically. Okay, avoiding misuse of platforms such as social media. So it also promotes integrity. Okay, it educates participants on respecting intellectual property, okay, avoiding plagiarism, and adhering to ethical standards. Okay, when sharing information online. So school and institution in Malaysia can integrate these trainings into professional development program, okay, for the educators as well as for the staff. Okay, and incorporate them into the curriculum for students. Okay? This actually align with the initiative like in the Malaysian Education Blueprint, okay, which emphasize on the ICT literacy. Okay, so the next one, establish reporting mechanism, okay, for ethical violation. So establishing effective reporting mechanism for ethical violation is crucial for ensuring accountability, okay, fostering trust, as well as maintaining a safe and professional environment in schools. So let's look at the first point. Clear reporting guidelines. Okay, define the types of ethical violation that need to be reported. Okay, such as the breaches of confidentiality, harassment, discrimination, as well as professional misconduct. Okay, and we should also provide detailed procedure for the reporting. Okay, ensuring that all stakeholders, okay, the teacher, the students, and the parents understand the process. Okay, and the accessible channel. We can establish multiple reporting channels, not only relying on one channel. Okay, for example, anonymous hotline. Okay, where it allows individual to report violation without fear of retaliation. Okay, and the easiest one is the online platform. Okay, where we can create secure portal for submitting complaints and tracking progress. Okay, all right. So the next, open dialogues about ethical dilemmas in the digital age. Okay, it is essential for fostering critical thinking, okay, share understanding, and responsible behavior in the use of technology. Okay, right. So the first one, awareness. Okay, engaging in discussion helps individuals recognize ethical dilemma. Okay, they may not have been aware of that, okay, such as their privacy concerns, digital manipulation, as well as intellectual property issues. Okay, so for the collaboration, this open dialogue can allow diverse perspective to surface, okay, fostering mutual understanding and collective solution for ethical challenges. Alhamdulillah. Okay, and as well as for the educational settings, school can integrate lessons, okay, on digital ethics into their curriculum, okay, encouraging students to debate on real world scenarios and explore solution. Okay, this can be done by providing community forums, okay, hosting forums, seminar or workshop, okay, where diverse group, teachers, parents, okay, technological experts, and students can discuss on ethical dilemmas. Okay, and online platforms can also be utilized. Okay, where we can utilize secure online spaces. Okay, for moderated discussion where participants can exchange ideas responsibly. All right. So for the closing, ethical conduct is fundamental, okay, in maintaining trust, professionalism, and a safe environment in education. Okay, so by upholding integrity, respecting privacy, and behaving responsibly, this is very essential, okay, in ensuring positive outcome for the students, teachers, and the school community as well. Okay, and addressing ethical challenges requires continuous improvement through policies, training, and open dialogue. So this ensures that educators remain equipped, okay, to adapt to evolving ethical dilemmas, especially in current digital age. Okay, and as role models, teachers as the role models, so we carry the immense responsibility of shaping the minds and values of future generation. Okay, by embodying ethical principles, they not only inspire their students, but also set the standard, okay, for the integrity and professionalism in society. So that should be all from me, and that should be all from us. We thank you so much for the opportunity for us to deliver our presentation. Thank you so much. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.